So now a trip back to the food court, of course, to go with National French Fry Day. We have a meaty case involving Arby's first foray into the burger world. The sandwich shop is facing a class action lawsuit over its limited edition Wagyu steakhouse burger. While the chain marketed the burger as a blend of meats, the lawsuit argues that by using the term Wagyu, customers are deceived into believing that's 100% of the meat they're actually eating. To break down this legal beef, let's bring in civil rights attorney Robert Patillo and criminal defense attorney David Bruno. Great to have you with us, gentlemen.
Thanks, Shannon.
Hello, guys.
All right, we start with Exhibit A. Robert, this goes to you from the complaint. Defendants knew or should have known that naming and describing the products as Wagyu on the products is deceptive, and that reasonable consumers would believe that the beef used in the products is entirely Wagyu beef. What say you?
It's a completely frivolous suit. Let's understand, one, Wagyu has turned into simply a marketing term and brand name. They never said you're going to get authentic A5 Japanese Wagyu. And as a matter of fact, for spoiler alert, almost any restaurant you go to, if they say they have a Wagyu slider on the menu, it's not going to be Wagyu all the way through, primarily because the meat itself is just so fatty, it will just kind of dissolve if you turn it into a hamburger. That's not just what you do with Wagyu. So what Arby's said is, look, this is going to be a blend of meat. You have to mix in some sirloin, you have to mix in some Angus, and I think any reasonable consumer can go to the website and find that information. So this is a ridiculous suit.
Okay, this takes us to Exhibit B. This is part of Arby's press release about the burger. It says the 6.4-ounce burger, which is 50% larger than McDonald's quarter pounder, which is delicious, uses a blend of 52% American Wagyu and 48% ground beef to deliver a premium steakhouse burger available for a limited time beginning May 23rd. So the press release, David, says it's a mixture.
Yeah, sure, that's a press release. But you know what? There's advertisements out there. And in fact, the plaintiff in the case has an exhibit attached to the complaint, which is the email that he received from Arby's for the particular steakhouse burger. And this is a really valuable beef. And look, it's a little bit unfair because Robert, he's a connoisseur. He's got it hanging in his house. I mean, he's almost an expert.
He's got his own dry age locker, we found out during the commercial.
Hey, details. Right? Look, you got to live the good life.
Yeah, but he's an expert, essentially. And this plaintiff and most reasonable consumers, and that's the standard, do not understand that. So when you get an email that says it's Wagyu beef, there's an expectation, unless it's conditioned or there's a statement to go along with it, I could see what the beef is that the plaintiff has.
Okay, and because you referenced it, we just happen to have it as Exhibit C.
There it is.
This is the email, the email ad and the online ad, I guess, for this. Doesn't make a mention of a blend. The complaint says this is described as the premium burger experience. It's a Wagyu steakhouse burger. And by the way, they have those delicious-looking curly fries with them there, too, and Barg's root beer, my fave. But does the ad then, Robert, leave some of the important information out?
No, because you can always research further and get that additional information. If you put every single detail on an advertisement, it will be a newspaper. And guess what? American Wagyu, when you see it out on the menu, that's not Wagyu. That's a mixture of New Zealand Wagyu and American Black Angus cattle in order to make American Wagyu. So you're doing a dilution of a dilution of a dilution. So, of course, it's just a marketing term saying that it's Wagyu beef, because it's not. To have a burger in the fast food scales, to have Wagyu beef would be literally $50 or $60 a burger. So I think consumers are well aware they're not getting A5 Japanese Wagyu ground up and served to you in a bag.
I mean, David, what about that? I don't know that any of us think we're going to go to a fast food restaurant and get the finest grade of beef available in the world. Is it unreasonable? Is this frivolous, as Robert says it is?
Well, I wouldn't say it's frivolous. I mean, there's a basis to it. I don't know how it's going to shake out. But look, consumer protection laws are around the country, and they're very strict. In fact, most of them, like Jersey, have treble damages, which is 3 times what the damages are, and allow for attorney's fees. So really, the public policy is there to protect consumers, and that's why the laws are in place. And one last point is that in the lead coming up to this, we just reported on the Subway lawsuit.
Yes.
And the court allowed it. And that is a situation where Subway is not putting 100% of the tuna in their sandwiches.
Allegedly.
So, allegedly, right? So it just goes to show you that there are material issues of dispute that can be seen. It was seen in the Subway, and it's likely to be seen here in this Arby's litigation as well.
Well, we love a good food court. David and Robert, thank you for lending your legal expertise. And folks at home, let us know how you and the jury would rule. Hit us up on Twitter at Shannon Bream or at Fox News Night. Gentlemen, thank you both.
Thanks, Shannon.
Always a pleasure.
See you soon. All right, some good